these options and accessibility settings here or at any time later from the game settings. Accessibility settings, accessibility settings, accessibility settings.
Check this out. Madden 20, first
I can't see your face.
a lot of moves. Sit down right here.
I can't see your face.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta chill.
Hello, everyone. It's the coach. Welcome to EA Sports coverage of the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl from right here in Orlando, Florida. Coming up, the AFC looking to make it 3 in a row as they square off against their rivals from the NFC. I'll be back at halftime, but first, let's get you downtown to Camping World Stadium. Standing by our broadcast team, Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. Excitement, but we got that in abundance as this Pro Bowl is underway from Orlando, Florida. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The NFC offense taking the field, being led in blue by the NFL's all-time passing leader. 12th Pro Bowl nomination for the great QB from New Orleans, Drew Brees.
And you and I both know that this is not easy for him. It's fun to play football at any time, but you know he'd rather be preparing for the Super Bowl and still trying to get that missed call out of his head that may have prevented his Saints from getting there.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That is knocked away and incomplete.
Different movement,
Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver. And it's second
Let's
down.
go with the man. Some man covers in here. And it's Maya. Cheers.
Brees going to throw. He's going to sling this deep down. And get his man complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 30 yards there. For Drew Brees, this his 12th Pro Bowl nomination. Though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season. And to do it at this age, unbelievable.
Not too bad for a guy who turned 40 the week leading up to the NFC Championship game. He keeps himself in such superb physical condition and still loves everything that goes along with football. He may play till he's 60.
I gotta get used to this.
The starting defense now for the AFC.
One of the best young safeties in the NFL, Jamal Adams. Keep an eye out for him because no one is safe when he's on the field, including mascots. Just ask Pat the Patriot. Jamal Adams was also the 2019 Pro Bowl Defensive MVP.
And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't.
And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. Saquon Barkley,
Feel like some Madden
32
19
yards. And the NFC has taken the early lead. So the NFC with our first touchdown of the game. And, of course, we'll probably see some offense in this one. I don't know, though, that we'll see what we saw in 2013 when the NFC posted 62 points.
You talk about pyrotechnics. That was crazy, even for a Pro Bowl. 62 points. I think you watch your voice in that one, talking about all the touchdowns that were scored.
I would love to see 63 or more, though, I got to tell you. All about offense in this thing.
Pro Bowl offense. Let's go.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. A first-time Pro Bowler. Here's James Conner of the Steelers. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. We mentioned the history of this game, the Pro Bowl. Of course, for many folks our age, the Pro Bowl always meant a trip to Hawaii. You know, they held it there from 80 till 09. And again, for a handful of years in this decade before the last 3 being here in Orlando.
And there's something to be said, no doubt about it, for getting to go to Hawaii. Imagine being named a Pro Bowler.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Aaron Donald with a sack.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Flush to his right. And going deep for Hill. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Definitely got to get used to it.
Third down is a key down in any game you play, and 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Fielded just inside the 30. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Breeze. Hurts has it left side. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter...
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown. Todd Gurley, 40 yards. And the NFC adds on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points.
Gotta get some going on.
This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They start with a give to Conner. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the AFC in possession of the football to start quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Mahomes going to throw. Dancing to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. That's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. That sack by Khalil Mack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Now here's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. And, partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but you think, so rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Now Breeze throwing on second down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a gain of 5. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Shotgun now for Breeze. And he connects with Ertz. And he can't quite get there.
There's some defensive control that says that's changed.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more after this.
Just messing around, trying to see what's
Here's
good.
1st and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And Welcome to Madden NFL 20. Here you can try the all-new QB1 face of the franchise or enjoy the Madden you already know and love with Madden Ultimate Team, franchise, or a quick pickup game and exhibition.
Oh. I guess I can't play nothing but that right now. I'm tripping. With some subscriptions, subscribe.
Hello, everyone. It's the coach. Welcome to...
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Way faster low screen for sure.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And he will find his Saints teammate Michael Thomas complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception.
So it's just
that hurts. Here's a carry for James Conner of the Steelers. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. When you think about the history of this Pro Bowl game, there was an all-star game going all the way back to 1939, but it officially became called the Pro Bowl in, I think, 1951.
You're exactly right, and that game was played out in L.A., in the same stadium where the L.A. Rams currently play. And back then, they split it into conferences, the American Conference versus the National Conference. The American Conference won 28-27. MVP of the game, quarterback Otto Graham, nickname Automatic.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Going deep for Hopkins. The battle
he
intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. He got too much power. He overthrew.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Every year I go to the combine, I marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays, too. Eyes up, head up.
The ball comes out.
Let's go.
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They
a little bit different movement.
Couldn't take it away.
Everyone's going to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
I'm about to get the hang of it. I'm going to have to play this a lot. It's definitely different.
Back out is the AFC offense. Well, we can continue to talk Pro Bowl as we go along, but let's talk a little Super Bowl. Super Bowl 53, 1 week from today over
a lot of people ran
New
this
England taking on the Rams. Time for your Super Bowl prediction, CD. What do you think?
Well, everyone thinks defense when they think the New England Patriots, but in the time that they've had their head coach and their quarterback, Tom Brady,
it might be easy to run
guess what? They're the #1 offensive team in the NFL. And you know the Rams are high flyers as well. So that tells me that this Super Bowl, low scoring. It's going to be a total anomaly. I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of 13-10 final score.
I got it all Madden, too.
Totally opposite what it should be.
Wow, I'm going to completely disagree. I see high scoring, maybe 51-44, something like that. The two punters are Johnny Hecker and Ryan Allen. Don't even show up to this one.
Johnny Hecker might throw a touchdown pass because you know the Rams like to fake it when he's on the field.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack
took too long to throw the ball.
Jordan.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Buying time to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage.
And that play was what every defense is wary of. The big strike attempted downfield, but they were in excellent position. They didn't get fooled, and while he didn't come up with the interception, was able to bat the ball down.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
I can't believe it. Dang. He got a cannon on the run.
Hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
They let him release crazy.
One thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. The NFC offense heading back onto the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? And turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better. The punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
And he's got this down to the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
But I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Breeze to throw on second down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back here right after this.
Ready, 95-56, 95-56.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. It's caught, Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, NFC.
Oh, man, it was right there. I don't know.
Jones, 29 yards. And the NFC is in for 6.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game, some coaches don't think time of possession matters anymore. I believe we found one of them.
PAT up and good by Rosas. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's finished off by an NFC touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A second-time Pro Bowler here. This is the Chargers' Melvin Gordon. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here's Mahomes to throw. And the catch made by Hopkins. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Well, we've talked about this game being hosted here in Orlando, and you and I are quite familiar with this place, especially you. You live, what, 20, 25 minutes from... And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Going to need better protection here. Third and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. On third down. It's Connor. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Brett Kern now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone.
I don't know how to feel it.
And taken right at the 35. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before.
Pressure, and the AFC gets to him for the sack. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On second down, here's Breeze. And complete to Zach Ertz. Pushing tacklers aside. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. To throw is Breeze. Ertz over the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The AFC offense now set to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half
Why you
and
not
wanting
on
more
James?
of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the areas and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. You look back a few years ago, Charles, when the Pro Bowl did that 3-year experimentation. I know you're a traditionalist. You like AFC versus NFC. For the games 2014, 15, and 16, they tried something a little different. They held essentially a fantasy draft for players. Year 1, it was Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders as captains. Year 2, Michael Irvin and Chris Carter. And then in year 3, Michael Irvin again matching up against Jerry Rice.
And one common denominator, every single one of those guys with
he
a
got
gold
through that
jacket,
line so
all of them in
fast.
the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So they didn't ask you and I to be the captains and make the picks. And by the way, the playmaker, Michael Irvin, went 2-0. And you know I heard all about that.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's got the completion to Adkins. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team, the city, how well you set up the future years with that youngster as your quarterback. Not only are the guys on the team excited about it, think about free agents. If you're a free receiver, you're thinking Kansas City.
Khalil Mack of the Bears the one to make the tackle.
And when the defense wins and gets up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward.
That's Landry. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Well, he was so good throwing the football on third down during the regular season. Why wouldn't it carry over here to the Pro Bowl?
Sometimes that's just who you are, right? If you're good at something during the, as you said, during the regular season, so what if it's with a bunch of guys you're unfamiliar with? It's third down, he finds a way to convert.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. And for the defense, their third sack of the game.
That number tells you that they're starting to put it together with their defensive game plan. They're starting to feel pretty good about what the offense is doing, bringing the pressure at the right time, and putting the quarterback on the ground.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The offense for the NFC back out there. And one thing you'd like to see in a Pro Bowl, a competitive contest. We've got that just like the last two seasons. A one-score game as we play here in the fourth.
What I'd love to know, what's the discussion on the sidelines of both teams right now? Because, you know, it's an exhibition-type game, but as you said, as competitive as it is now, these guys are going to want the win. There may be some guys who sub some guys out, trying to get back on the field and try to help their team win down the stretch. Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And the play goes for 19.
19, that would have been intercepted.
Set it down.
Sure.
Big hook up
It's
there.
different
Forced to
movement.
throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running.
Now Barkley stripped of the football. And that's picked up
like
by the
that.
AFC. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Gets past one man. Gets it to Gordon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of it.
Here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack came in so
Sensational
fast.
effort. That's going to be a loss of 20. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Let him know. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
On second down, here's Mahomes. And he slings one that's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit?
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. Mahomes throwing on fourth. And he can't get a throw. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Khalil Mack. And the NFC is going to get the football back in excellent field position. Now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast.
And touchdown! Todd Gurley. 33
Don't know what to say.
And the NFC able to widen their advantage.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The AFC offensive unit getting set to take over. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are in the fourth quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play? Which means someone will have a play made against them and not have to live with that for the rest of the year. For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And this is incomplete. Trying to get it to Landry there, and it's 3rd and short.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down. To throw, it's Mahomes.
He just saw a nice...
This is caught inside the 15. And he will score. Touchdown AFC. Tyreek Hill. 62 yards. And the AFC able to cut it to within a score. Wouldn't be the Pro Bowl without the QBs taking some shots, and that shot paid off.
He understood, I don't know if it's instinctively or if he did his homework, that you do take your shots, as you said, in this game because the payoff is terrific. We will remember how many touchdown passes you throw. I don't think we ever recall how many interceptions you throw in a game like this.
Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Come on, let's go.
The NFC offense heading back onto the field, and they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got to a good rhythm. You see the ball bounce in and go the middle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive. Now the AFC going to use their final time.
Get up there and don't come back down here.
As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching
them
take
it
the
back.
knee there
1 second
and
to
finish
run it
this
back.
one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.
Still down low. I wonder how much time I got left. I might be done for the day. Close the app.